Hey, Janet, will you please break up with Ken? We're in love.
You're talking about that again? The answer is always no. He's my husband. I'm not breaking up with him.
What? But he didn't come home today again, did he? Isn't that because he doesn't love you anymore?
He called me to say he had some trouble at work and couldn't come home. Oh, wait. How did you know he isn't home? Don't tell me.
You're right. He's taking a shower here right now. He said he finished work on time because he wanted to see me as soon as possible. He didn't want to go home, so he lied to you. See, you can't say anything back. You are always like that. When I tell you the truth, you won't be able to say anything. So, get off your ass and hand over Ken to me.
Why are you so obsessed with him? You're still young. Why don't you go out with someone younger than an old man like him?
I want him. He looks just like George Clooney and has a cool voice. Why is such a cool guy like him your husband? You are so chubby and old. You're always so shy, and you don't match with him at all. Just break up with him.
We've talked about it a lot and decided to start over. Please, don't mislead him.
It's so funny that he's not going back to you after talking it over with you.
That's...
What? Poor you. You're not attractive and your husband is not interested in you. I know why you won't leave him, even though he's cheated on you so many times.
Huh?
If he left you, you won't be able to live on your own. You don't have a job and you only worked a little when you were single, right? You say you can't work to make ends meet now that you're on your own, right? You really are a woman who can't do anything on your own. He said that too.
What did he say?
He said you can't do anything on your own because you're so naive.
He said that?
Yeah, he's laughing and saying you'll just die without his money.
What?
Don't get mad at me because I hit the nail on the head.
I'm not mad at you.
Well, you're actually living on his money, aren't you? You can't complain no matter what he says. If you divorce him, I won't cut you off.
What do you mean?
Our mother died 2 years ago, right? We only have each other. And if I cut you off, you'd be all alone in the world. Aw, that's too sad. So if you divorce him, I won't cut you off.
If I don't divorce him, you'll cut me off?
That's right. But it's hard for you to be alone, isn't it, Janet? So, divorce him.
Oh no.
He's finishing the shower because you take too long to make a decision. Well, we're going to have some fun now, so don't interrupt us.
Hey, he's my husband. What you're doing is wrong.
Shut up. You are just jealous because you're not attractive and your husband doesn't want to be with you. Well, I'll see you later.
Susan! Susan, what do you mean by this?
What?
I just got the divorce papers in the mail.
Oh, wow. You got it already? They are already filled out. All you have to do is fill your part out and submit them, okay?
That's not what I'm saying. Who wrote this? It's obviously not his handwriting. This is forgery, and that's a crime.
Because if I don't do this, you won't divorce him.
What are you talking about? Ken and I talked it over and decided not to get a divorce, but to start over. Does he really want to leave me? He doesn't even know about the divorce papers, does he?
You are so annoying. I'm giving you an opportunity because you guys don't break up easily. It's just a matter of time before you guys break up, so hurry up. I want to marry him as soon as possible.
Why are you so obsessed with him? There are many good men in the world. But why my husband of all people?
Because there's no one else out there with that looks.
What? His looks? You want to be with him just because of his looks?
That's right. I bet his kids will be good looking too, right? I want to have a baby with him.
I see. So that's what this is about.
What? Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't.
But why did he marry you? He is such a good-looking man. He's too good for you.
How can you say that?
Because it's true. You don't look like me at all. That's probably why he is so crazy about me. I wrote them for him this time, but next time I'll have him write them himself. Just hurry up and get a divorce, okay?
I won't divorce him no matter how many times you tell me.
Janet, I have good news.
What?
Listen. I'm finally pregnant with his child.
What?
Don't you get it? I'm carrying his baby in my belly. Isn't that great news?
Are you sure?
I've been feeling a little sick lately, so I just took a test and it came back positive.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy for me to say congratulations, but, well, congratulations?
What? It is good news, right? Your sister is pregnant.
Well, yes, but I'm not sure if I should be happy for you when you're pregnant with my husband's child.
Well, you're right. But now you can divorce him, can't you?
I checked with him about that and he said he has no intention of divorcing me. Did you tell him about the pregnancy?
What are you talking about? He is always telling me he wants a divorce. He says he is divorcing you and marrying me. I'm sure he'll be happy about the pregnancy.
That's good. I'm getting a divorce.
What? Really?
Yeah, he's all yours.
Yay!
But you know, I won't divorce for free.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna get alimony.
How much do you want?
Let me see.
I'm willing to let him pay you alimony to end things smoothly.
That's very understanding. How about $20,000?
Is that enough? That's so little for him.
What? I think that's all he can afford.
Are you making fun of your own husband? Saying $20,000 is all he can afford? He works for such a big company.
A big company?
That's right. Because their office is located in the center of the city.
Well, it is, but... Oh, I forgot to mention. He isn't the only one who's going to be paying me alimony.
What?
Susan, I'm going to charge you too.
You're kidding! You're trying to extort money from your sister?
Of course. I've been harassed by you over and over again. And to top it off, you're asking me to divorce him because you're pregnant with his child. I deserve to demand you $20,000 in alimony. I'd win in court.
I'll pay you that, and I don't want to get into trouble, so let's not go to court. I'm pregnant and I want to take care of myself. You're a woman too. You understand that, right?
I don't. I've never been pregnant.
You're getting divorced without knowing the joy of childbirth? Alimony is nothing.
You sound very generous. You work like part-time. Can you pay it?
Don't worry. He can pay you when necessary.
I don't know if he can.
What? You sound like a sore loser. Stop it.
I'm not a sore loser. Well, as long as you two are happy, I won't say another word.
Yay!
I'll get back to you on this.
Okay. Janet! You tricked me.
What are you talking about? What do you mean by, you tricked me?
I mean, his job. I thought he worked for a big company.
I never said that. You just assumed he did.
I mean, you think every company in that building is big. But he works for a cleaning company for the building?
I told you, he doesn't work for a big company.
I didn't hear it.
And you know, he doesn't wear a suit to work.
I thought his company was casual about it.
But that doesn't mean he'd go to work dressed like that.
He's good looking, so he looks stylish no matter what he's wearing.
Ah, well, love is blind.
Stop it! Can you do me a favor?
What?
I'd like you to lower the amount of my alimony.
Huh? That's impossible. This amount is for the emotional trauma you've caused me. I'd never do it.
It's just a divorce because he cheated on you. $20,000 is a ripoff.
Don't talk like that. I haven't forgotten that you harassed me besides the affair.
Huh? Do you have any proof of that?
You left slanderous comments on my social media, didn't you?
Did I?
Don't play dumb. You're an old lady. That's not all. You're the one who left the obscene picture in my mailbox.
Obscene? It was a picture of me and Ken.
It was a picture of you naked. Ugh, that's disgusting.
You're just playing the innocent.
I felt disgusted. $20,000 is not enough.
Okay. I'm pregnant with his baby. I'm sure the baby is going to be beautiful with his genes. My heart is overflowing. By the way, how can you be so optimistic?
What do you mean?
Even if you get alimony, you're getting a divorce. You don't have a job. How are you going to live? You have zero income.
What? That's not true.
Huh?
I don't go to work, so you don't know. It's called passive income.
What's that?
Well, it's hard to explain. We had our mother's inheritance, didn't we?
Yes, but it wasn't much, you know. I was just living off of it, and it was gone.
I used it to invest in real estate.
What?
I bought a condo at a resort overseas.
What?
And I rented out.
How can someone like you who's a housewife and have never worked do that?
I have a friend who lives abroad and she taught me how to do it.
That's not fair. I want to do it too.
But you don't have the money, right? You can't start without funds.
So you will still have that income even if you get divorced?
Yes, and that little alimony.
That's not fair. Well, I'm going to have a beautiful baby.
When is the baby due?
In 7 months. I'll let you know when it's born.
I hope it comes out okay.
Thank you so much for giving up Ken.
Happy pushing. Take care.
What's going on?
What's wrong? Did you have a baby?
Don't play dumb. Explain it to me right now.
Explain what? What happened? Is the baby okay?
She was just born. It's a healthy baby girl.
Oh, congratulations. I bet she's adorable.
What are you going to do about this?
What are you so angry about?
Did he have a plastic surgery?
Ah, yes, he did. Why didn't you know? When I was dating him, he was in a motorcycle accident and he was in a life and death situation. That's how he got his face badly injured, so he had to have plastic surgery. Didn't you know that?
Because he looked the same at your wedding.
So it was before that. I brought him home and said he was my boyfriend.
All I remember of your boyfriend was a tall but ugly guy.
That was Ken, the guy you looked down on.
What? You're kidding, right? That ugly guy was Ken?
That's what I am saying. He's the only guy I've ever dated.
You're kidding. What are you going to do about this?
Why are you so angry?
If I had known that he was a hottie from a plastic surgery, I would have never had kids with him.
What?
If I had known he was ugly, I wouldn't have taken him from you.
How can you say such a terrible thing after you stole my husband?
I don't want a baby with this face. I'm giving her and him to you. Give me back the alimony.
How can you do that? It's your baby. You're responsible for raising her. You're the mother. Pull yourself together.
I don't want to. I was deceived by you.
I'll go talk to you when you get out of the hospital. I'm sure you're emotionally unstable right now, having just given birth. I'll be in touch.
Janet, what's going on?
It's exactly what I told you. I'm leaving the US and moving abroad. You should marry Ken and raise the baby.
Are you giving up on me?
Huh? Don't talk nonsense. If you hadn't taken my husband away from me, this wouldn't have happened.
I was frustrated because I thought you had a good-looking husband who worked for a big company.
But in reality, he just underwent a plastic surgery and works as a building cleaner for a small salary. I liked him. He was such a sweet guy before he got the surgery. But once he got the new looks, his personality changed. He cheated on me many times and we started over, but when he cheated on me with my own sister and had a baby with her, I thought there was no way to fix it.
Janet!
I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
What?
I'll take this opportunity to cut you off.
You're kidding! What are you talking about?
You probably thought that if you cried to me, I'd forgive you, didn't you? I bet you thought you'd get away with the alimony and dump the kid on me. I've lived my whole life being disrespected by you, so I can see right through that.
Damn it! How am I supposed to pay alimony when I have a child?
Why don't you get a job? Take her to daycare or something.
Help me! I don't know anything about raising kids.
Oh, that's too bad. I've never raised kids either.
Stop goofing around.
Oh, look at the time. I have to go.
What? I'm not done talking.
See you later. Good luck with the kid.
Hey, Janet!
After this text with my sister, I left the US. My ex-husband is still unfaithful, and when Susan got pregnant, he left her for another woman. Susan went to her office and made a scene, and the police were called. I was worried about the child, but I heard that the ex-in-laws took her in and she is doing fine. Susan borrowed money from a loan shark to pay the alimony. To pay back the debt, she is forced to work in a shady establishment, crying.
Police, we have an arrest warrant for your husband for a $70 million fraud.
What? Who?
The police.
Oh, are you the one who suddenly came to our house earlier? You didn't have any identification, did you?
There are times when we don't.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there are. Citizens shouldn't talk about police matters. You don't usually have to deal with the police.
That's for sure.
Let's get back to the main issue. Please get your husband to turn himself in as soon as possible. Covering for him will get you arrested too.
A $70 million scam is amazing. On the contrary, I'd like to compliment him.
Excuse me?
Isn't it amazing that he could swindle people out of that kind of money? It means he's very talented.
Are you okay? It's crazy to praise a criminal.
I'm sorry.
Your husband is a criminal.
You mean there's a side to him I'm not aware of?
Yes, everyone has a dark side.
So what should I do? Is there anything I can do for my husband?
Ma'am, I have good news. The victim has agreed to settle the case.
I see.
If he returns only $50,000, they won't pursue it any further.
$50,000 for $70 million? That's a little too good to be true.
Actually, the money that was defrauded is the kind of money that can't be disclosed.
Does that mean the other party is a criminal too?
That's right.
Then why don't you arrest him first?
No, he's a victim.
Let's not do this anymore, scammer.
What?
Do you really think I'd be fooled by this?
I'm a police officer. I would never lie. If you resist, it's an obstruction of justice.
Every police officer has a badge.
Don't act like you know what you are talking about.
I know, I'm a police officer.
Huh?
Who the hell are you?
I'm Johnson, a police officer.
No, you're not a policeman.
What do you know about it? You really will be arrested.
Arrest me if you can. You tried to swindle me out of $50,000. You know what the police would charge you with?
It's not a crime. I didn't receive any money.
Huh? You don't know about attempted fraud is?
Yes, I know that. But in this case, it doesn't apply, because I am a genuine police officer and I did not cheat anyone.
I understand. You insist, yeah.
Yes.
Which police station?
I can't tell you.
They usually tell us who they are or which precinct they're from.
It's a top secret case.
You think you can get away with it? We have cameras on our front door. We have a picture of your face, so I'll submit it to the police as evidence.
Go ahead and try that.
Your tone has changed. Are you in a hurry?
All right. The cop thing was a lie.
It's a lie that I'm a cop too.
Huh?
I love detective dramas and watch them often. I still like Blue Lights the best.
You tricked me.
We both lied, didn't we? I was a little better than you, wasn't I? And by the way, I lied about the camera on the front door. You were a little freaked out, weren't you?
You're pretty good.
I'm flattered.
It's easy. You pay me.
Are you an acquaintance of my husband's?
Gary, right? I know him well.
Friends from school?
Well, something like that.
Who gave you my number?
Your brother, who loves poker.
That idiot.
He told me right away, man. You should at least educate your brother.
What reason would I have to pay you $50,000?
Thugs do bad things. You think there's a reason?
Oh, you are a hoodlum then, are you?
I heard your husband, Gary O'Brien, started his own business after college and became very successful. He's an accountant and makes a lot of money, right?
Apparently so.
$50,000 is nothing to him.
It's something.
Tell Gary that if he doesn't pay up soon, his precious wife will get hurt badly.
Why don't you just tell him in person? You're a friend of my husband's, aren't you?
Indirect threats like this are more effective.
Wow, I'm learning a lot. I'll do the same next time I have to threaten someone.
You're an idiot.
I can't believe you don't know that I'm pretending to be an idiot.
You're an asshole.
Well. I'm going to take a shower now, if you'll excuse me.
Well, you better hope it's not the last shower you're ever gonna take. See you around. You got the money ready?
Come to the 4th pier at 3 a.m.
You'll pay?
No, I'm not paying you. I just wanted to say that.
Are you fucking kidding me? Don't even try to screw with me.
Don't get mad at me. I wanted to play the bad guy too.
It's too late. I already lost my temper. I just broke the window of your car.
What?
You have a nice car.
Why did you do that?
People can't win against fear. They'll pay if they can get away. We use that kind of psychology to make money.
What a coward. Are you even human?
I'm just getting started. Now it's your pet's turn.
Huh?
You love it, don't you?
I'd give my right eye for him.
Why only your right eye?
If you mess with John, I won't let you get away with it.
That's up to you.
Oh God. Why is this happening?
50,000 is chump change to you. Let's just pay up and get it over with. I brought 70 million down to 50,000.
I just don't want to give in to criminals. I mean, I didn't know the 70 million was still on the table. 70 million is a little too much, isn't it?
If I say 50,000 after 70 million, it seems cheap, doesn't it? In this world, power and brains used well win. You sheltered ladies wouldn't understand.
Why don't you use your brains in a real job?
You're always trying to stir things up, aren't you?
You figured that out, huh?
A loser like you won't understand until she's hurt once. I don't want to do it, but I don't have a choice.
What are you doing?
John, right? I'm taking this guy.
What? What do you mean you're taking him? What are you going to do to John?
I was going to give you a break with just a car window, but it's your fault for pissing me off.
Please, give John back to me.
In exchange for 100,000.
It was 50,000 just a minute ago, wasn't it? Why is it increasing?
Because you made me angry and uncomfortable. If John's life is worth 50,000, you can pay.
Where do I transfer the money to?
There's no way I'd do anything that could be traced back to me. You're gonna have to go to the bank and withdraw the money and bring it with you.
Then where do I go?
Tomorrow, after you withdraw the money, go to the mall near your house. I'll tell you where to go from there.
Let me just hand it over and be done with, instead of going through all that trouble. I'm worried about John.
It would be bad if the police were called and I got staked out, so I want to make sure it's safe.
So is that what you call brains?
Don't you dare try to set me up. Next time, it won't just be a pet.
Okay, I'll do as you say.
Take the money out in the morning. I'll call you in the afternoon.
Okay.
It's time to meet. I hope you didn't tell the cops.
I didn't tell them. Is John safe?
Well, that depends on what you're going to do from here on. Did you bring the key I left in the mailbox?
Yes.
Use it to open the coin locker at the west exit, number 12.
Got it.
Put the money in the bag that's inside the locker.
Huh?
What's up? You're not going to tell me you were wearing a GPS or something, are you?
No.
By the way, my guys are watching from a distance. If you do anything stupid, the deal's off. You know what happens to your pet if that happens, right?
Okay, I'll put it in the bag.
Take that bag and get out of the mall.
Aren't we going to meet?
You got the cops waiting for you across from the movie theater? I know what you're doing.
You're so sharp. You got me. I'll do what you say quietly.
There's a bar with a red sign just outside the mall, right?
Yes.
Go around to the back of the bar.
Yes, please wait a moment. I'm going. Okay, I'm here. Now what?
Lift up the big trash can. There's a key there.
Are these car keys?
Can you see the parking lot from there?
Yes, I see it.
You see that black car parked there?
Yes.
Use the key to unlock it, and put the bag in the back seat. Put the car keys on the tire.
Sounds like a drama. I'm getting nervous.
Shut up and get on with it.
I put it on the back seat.
Then you run and leave for the mall.
Can I just walk fast? I have a backache.
Hurry as fast as you can and don't look back. Don't even try to track the car. I'll be changing cars in a minute. Understood?
Yes. Where's John?
He's on a leash in a park 100 yards from there.
Okay, I'll go and get him as soon as I can.
That's it. We're done.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Hey, wait.
What?
I just got a call from one of my guys. He said there's no money in the bag.
What? Then what's in it?
They said there's a bunch of baseball cards in there.
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
Could it be that your friends betrayed you?
No way.
Strange. Weird things happen.
It's you.
Oh no, you got me.
You've got to be kidding me. Don't you care what happens to the dog?
Oh, the dog has already been picked up and is safe. You were the one who was screwing around and imitating the police. You took my dog without my permission and threatened me. That's too much screwing around, isn't it?
I wasn't screwing around.
Shame on you. It's not something a 43-year-old truck driver would do, Barry Johnson.
What? How the hell do you know my name and job?
I'm a police officer and I'm using my authority and information network.
Huh? You said you're not a cop, right?
That was more like I made it look like I was lying, but I was telling the truth.
I don't get it. Which one are you after all?
Oh, I'm a police officer. By the way, the camera in front of the door is real too. I've already submitted the footage, so it's like we analyzed it and used it to identify you.
Oh, shit.
By the way, the car you smashed the glass off, that's not mine.
No, but it was parked in front of your house.
It's my in-laws' car.
You're kidding, right?
And the dog you took is also my husband's dog, and his name is Chocolate. John is my tortoise.
I thought it was a dog.
John is my beloved husband's memento. I couldn't allow you to use him as a bargaining chip.
What do you mean by memento?
My husband passed away 5 years ago.
What? He passed away?
He was in pursuit in a police car when a car crashed into him.
Your husband was a cop too?
Yes, he was. It's what you call a workplace romance.
Oh no.
By the way, my father-in-law is also a police officer and my mother-in-law is a teacher at the police academy.
No way. A family of cops? That's not good.
You don't know Gary, do you?
We're old acquaintances.
If you were friends, you'd know Gary was a cop.
We got to know each other at a bar quite a while ago. We didn't tell each other our professions or anything.
And yet you didn't even exchange contacts?
He said, let's have a drink if we meet here again.
You thought Gary was an accountant, didn't you?
Well, that's what he said.
Gary isn't the type to make friends with strangers. So when he goes out, he pretends to be an accountant. You must have eavesdropped on one of his conversations, followed him, and identified his house. I thought it was strange that you would suddenly visit me at home.
That's,
You thought I was rich because I lived in a nice house.
You don't?
That's the house my in-laws built. My father-in-law was born into a wealthy family, so he was able to build a house like that. We were just living there. My husband and I are both very ordinary police officers. It's hard work. Making a fortune is just a dream.
Seriously.
Why did you contact me after 5 years?
There are so many lists of pigeons. You were just buried in the crowd. I've been running out of ideas lately, and I just remembered.
So you watched me coming in and out of the house?
I noticed you were seeing this one particular guy a lot, so I took the opportunity to talk to him. I thought you were having an affair, but it turns out it was your brother. So I pretended to be a high school classmate and asked for your contact info.
That's what I thought. By the way, my brother is not a patsy. He's a police officer, so he was probably watching you.
Huh?
If someone just looked bad and seemed dangerous, normally he wouldn't tell you. He decided you might do something, so he gave you my number. He laughed and said his sister would take care of the rest.
Even the brother? What's going on?
We are a family of police officers. Didn't you say so yourself earlier? In the eyes of the public, a brother who puts his sister in danger is a bad thing. Well, but we are a little bit special. The criminal jumped in on his own, and I'm glad he did, because it saved us a lot of time and trouble in the investigation.
Well, you were smart enough not to pay me, so no harm done.
What are you talking about? That baseball cards are a precious memento of my husband's.
Oh yeah, I'll put them in a locker at the mall. I don't need them.
Please, do so.
See you later.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
No Come the hell out of that building.
What? I thought I had the GPS covered.
Don't underestimate a police tail. As soon as they saw you on our cameras at our house, you were done.
Holy shit, I was scammed by the police.
How much have you scammed out of other people?
I don't know.
I'm sure I can find out, though. It's going to be a long haul for you.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're a scammer. Dimwit.
Damn it.
Johnson and his friends were arrested in the building where they were hiding out. They were found with a notebook with a record of their crimes, written in poor handwriting. The total amount of damage exceeded $10 million. If he hadn't been caught at that time, he might have really made more than $70 million by fraud, using cunning and dirty methods to exploit sensitive areas that people didn't want to talk about. The victims were choosing to silently endure it rather than making a fuss, thinking it would be better to settle things with money. Taking John was crime. The window of the car was damaged, and he was sentenced to 8 years in prison, along with past fraud charges. Naturally, we had to charge him for the repairs to the car. The guys defrauded people out of money to have fun with it. I wonder if they can handle a simple life. Thanks to Gary, we were able to arrest the criminals. I can't believe he's getting bad guys even after going to heaven. My husband is so cool.
Ricky, baby, don't work overtime today, okay? I'm waiting outside your office.
What? Why?
You know why. Or are you trying to make me say it? Oh my God, Ricky, you're so naughty. You and I are going out to eat. And then after that? Yeah, no, I can't say it. Marianne? Call me Mary. We're pretty much married.
I'm married to your sister Anna. You're my wife's younger sister, that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. I have no intention of going out with you. And you waiting outside my office is a problem. Could you go home, please?
Oh, you're so mean. But Rick, you married into our family, and we have the same last name. So that makes you my husband, right?
It certainly does not.
I mean, I'm a much better match for you than my sister. So hurry up and divorce her and really become my husband.
I really don't know who would be a good match for you, but as for me, it could only be my wife, Anna.
Huh? In that case, my mom and dad are never gonna accept you.
What do you mean by that?
Actually, my sister already has a fiancé.
What?
I guess you didn't know. It looks like my sister tricked you. He's the president of the company my father works at. If she marries him, my father can get a good position in the company. So my parents were angry when she started dating you. They can't afford to upset the company president, so they're trying to break you up somehow. I want to marry you, so they gave my sister permission to marry you to keep you in the house. And then I'll take you away with all my charm and make her divorce. It's a plan to offer my heartbroken sister to the president quickly.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I can't believe this. No, wait a minute. Is that why, when I came to meet your parents, they begged me to marry into the family and stay with them because they only had daughters?
Yeah. If my sister's last name changed, it would be obvious that she got married. So, they made sure you had the same last name as me and had you live with us. That's why you need to marry me as soon as possible.
Wait, I got a work call.
Ricky, are you finished yet?
Oh, I just got off the phone.
All right. About what we were talking about earlier?
How can I put it? It's quite a grand plan.
I know, right? So I've revealed all of this. So tonight, it's just you and me. Let's take the first step to becoming a real married couple.
But hold on just a minute. The company president is not that much older than your father, I think.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's been single since his wife passed away when he was young. But my sister looks so much like her, and he really wants to marry her.
So, Anna is a replacement for the late wife. He chose her because she looks like her?
I guess that's what it comes down to. Well, she'll be the president's wife, so I guess I'm a little jealous of that point.
Well, in that case, why don't you marry him? Your faces look similar.
No way. Not that greasy old man.
But it's okay for Anna to have him?
I mean, my friends and everyone say I look just like her. But if you want my opinion, we look nothing alike. My relatives and family all say we don't look alike. With such a plain older sister with no sex appeal and nothing going on for her. I'm cute, young, and have a good personality. So saying I'm the same as her is kind of a problem.
But don't you both look the same to the president?
Does that mean you think we look alike?
No, Anna looks nicer to me though.
There you go, talking like that again. But wouldn't it be better to let my sister go for her sake? I mean, she'll be able to be the president's wife. She'll be a big celebrity. For my sister, it's a once-in-a-lifetime miracle marriage. So she will marry him and I will marry you. Now everything has come together. Hooray! It's a happy ending for everybody.
You're completely ignoring our feelings.
What?
Where's the happy ending in that?
Well, honestly, I don't care about my sister's feelings. Ricky, you will definitely fall in love with me, so it's okay.
You're pretty confident.
That's right. So I'm asking you to go on a date with me. It's night, and I reserved a hotel room.
Excuse me?
You know, a test run first. If you spend the night with me, you'll see. You don't have to be shy.
You're saying to cheat on Anna and have an affair with you?
It'll be fine. We're gonna be married anyway. Nowadays, having relations before you get married is not uncommon. I'll make sure my sister doesn't find out, so it's okay.
Even if you tell me a story of the uncertain future, I have no intention of having a relationship like that with you.
Well, what are we going to do about our date tonight? If you don't come, I'll get charged the cancellation fee.
You can pay that by yourself. I didn't agree to any of this in the first place. I'm staying at a friend's house tonight.
What?
When I stopped the conversation 15 minutes ago, I was talking to a friend about staying at his place. By the way, I already left the office through a different exit.
Why did you go to the trouble of doing that?
Anna is on a business trip right now, and according to what you said, there's a possibility that your parents are up to something, so I want to be cautious until the truth becomes clear.
This is a chance for us to deepen our relationship while my sister's away.
No, thank you.
Why not? I'm a much better woman than my sister. Just give me a try. I know you'll be satisfied and fall in love with me. Rick, that message you sent me a screenshot of, what is that?
Oh, yeah. Sorry for sending that out of the blue. This is some crazy stuff. I thought I should tell you as soon as possible. Did you see all the screenshots?
Yeah, I saw them. So this isn't something you made? It's real?
Yep, it's genuine.
Is that so? Rick, I'm sorry about my sister. Even though there might be many things to be considerate of when living together as a son-in-law in our home, you handle it with a firm and confident attitude. I really appreciate it.
Well, I originally agreed to live with you and marry you to get you away from that toxic family. It's no problem at all. Except, it's the first time I heard about this story. The thing about having you marry the president.
It's news to me too. I can't believe people are talking about me getting married behind my back. I mean, selling the daughter to the president? What age are we living in? So that's why at first I couldn't believe it. I thought it was something made up. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know how you feel, so it's okay. With all this, my own chastity is in danger. I don't want to go back there if you're not there. So tonight, I'm taking refuge at a friend's house.
I get it. I'm not there, so that's why they're doing this. Okay then. That's it.
What?
In the past, I thought, well, they're family and whatever, and I couldn't make a decision to get out of there. But after you started living with us, I really realized I'm being poisoned. Time to cut family ties with these people.
Anna.
My only family is you, and what's more, you're getting caught up in the unreasonableness of these toxic people that I need to take care of. There's no way I'm gonna let that happen.
Thanks to Marianne's revelation, you're all lit up. If you're up to it, I won't hold back. It looks like I can finally put my plan into action.
Yeah, right. That's the only thing I have to thank her for. Thanks to her, all hesitation is gone. Sorry to have made you wait, Rick.
Yeah, okay. I'll get it on first thing in the morning. When you get back from your business trip, we're gonna have some work on our hands.
Roger that. Ricky, you suddenly left the house, so you decided to divorce my sister for me? Well then, let's get married. I got the marriage registration papers from the city office.
I'm not going back to that house.
What? But you rented a weekly apartment, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you are really looking forward to newlywed life with me. Aren't you getting ahead of yourself? I'm on my way over there right now, so just wait.
Wait just a moment. Why do you know I rented a weekly apartment?
I know everything about the Ricky I love.
Don't tell me you scoped out the place.
Of course. I just got to the front entrance.
Say what?
You're about to finish work, aren't you? Hurry up and come back. I'll be waiting.
Sorry, but because of work, I'm staying in my office tonight.
What? Oh, really?
Could you come back another time, please?
Oh, well. If it's work, it can't be helped. Okay, that's fine. I'll go home tonight. Tomorrow's a day off, so I'll be there first thing in the morning. Let's spend the whole weekend lovey-dovey. I will heal Ricky, who is tired from work. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Anna, you're not home yet, are you?
No, I stopped at a supermarket nearby to do some shopping.
Don't go home. You gotta get out of there.
What's wrong? Is Marianne up to something?
Yeah, that girl's out of control. She found the apartment.
What?
She just sent me a message from the entrance.
We chose a place way outside of where she hangs out.
She knows where I work. She probably followed me, sorry.
Yeah, I think I underestimated the situation too. If that's the case, I can't go back there. Maybe I should stay in a hotel or something tonight.
Yeah, you better do that. Be careful when you're moving too. But if it comes down to this, there's no choice but to use our final option. Can you hold out for a week?
Do you have something in mind?
I'm gonna get ready to move all at once. In the meantime, stay out of sight.
Okay, I got it. Ricky, you haven't been home at all since last week. What's going on? The reception at your office won't even tell me if you're on leave or not. I've been waiting for you.
Marianne.
Oh, Ricky, I told you to call me Mary. We are a couple in love about to get married. So, when are you coming back? I can't wait any longer. So let's do that newlywed stuff on the phone. Hey, big boy, coffee, tea, or me?
Kid, I'm gonna throw you into a cell.
What?
I filed a complaint against you for stalking me.
What?
If you have anything to say to me in the future, please go through the lawyer.
Complaint? Lawyer?
Well, to be honest, when I talked to your parents, we managed to resolve things for now. They said they would arrange a settlement, and the money has already been transferred to my account, so I've withdrawn the complaint.
Huh? What? I don't get what you're talking about. We're married, aren't we? You're going to divorce my sister and marry me, aren't you?
Well, it might be all of a sudden for you, but for me, it's a way to put an end to this once and for all. Now you need to talk to your parents.
Rick? No, why?
What's wrong?
Why do I have to get married to the president of my father's company? That was my sister's job.
Did you hear the whole story?
Story?
The person who paid the settlement money was that company president,
What?
under the condition that you marry him.
Oh, come on, wait a minute. I guess he was obsessed with the older sister that looks like his deceased wife.
Actually, Anna looks more like his wife, but based on age, you were the choice. In the end, either one was okay. You're sisters, so your faces look a bit the same.
What the hell?
So in the end, your father wasn't planning to offer you, but Anna was the choice in exchange for an important position in the company. However, because of your stalking, the plan changed.
What?
In addition to the settlement money to withdraw the complaint, the president has agreed to you, but the important position is off the table.
So everything got screwed up because of me? Father sold me off to take responsibility for it.
Oh, you do seem to understand a thing or two.
No, come on, what? Please, Rick, take me away with you. Yeah, I know. Let's go submit the marriage license. Rick, I'll wait for you in front of the city hall. I'll bring the papers that are at the house.
What the hell are you talking about? There's no way the victim would want to marry the person who assaulted them.
But you divorced my sister, right? Because you wanted to marry me.
In order for her to take my family name, we divorced and then resubmitted the registration.
Oh, so that means
We're remarried, and she has my last name.
Wait a minute. Why? This isn't right. Why does my plain and unremarkable older sister get to marry you? And why do I have to become the wife of that greasy old company president?
It's not that you have to marry him. You are married to him.
What?
That's what your father said. He found the marriage registration papers that you signed your name to. He figured you're ready to clean up your mess, so he gave them to the company president.
What?
He took them to the city office that day, and you're successfully registered. You're now his wife. Congratulations. Good for you. Now you're the president's wife.
Oh my God! There's no way! I want you, Rick! Please take me away with you! I'd rather be dead than that old man's wife! Please help me!
Oh, sorry, but it's boarding time.
Huh? Boarding time?
We've decided to go overseas where my parents and my brother and his wife live.
What? Okay, me too!
I'm not telling you what country, just in case you try to do something.
No way! Oh, come on, Ricky!
So be happy with the president.
Huh? No! Why is this happening? Come on! This sucks!
Mary Ann married a company president who is the same age as her father. It seems that she reconciled herself and was enjoying a celebrity life with her parents. Embezzlement was discovered. They should have been able to live comfortably on the executive's paycheck. So why would they do something like that? I don't really understand what the bottomless greedy family is thinking. As a result of repaying the amount of damage, it appears that he ended up incurring a large amount of debt. Of course, her husband was fired from the company, and now she and her parents live in a rundown apartment. However, there is no decent company that would hire an embezzlement family. Now, she works every day as a part-time worker, mainly at a dubious business. So my wife Anna and I have safely left the country and are now happily living in a suburb of France, helping out at my father's company. We are planning to add a new member to our family next year. So as a husband and father, I would like to build a warm family. I seriously can't believe it. You were deceiving me, huh?
Huh? What do you mean by deceiving?
About your sister. Why didn't you tell me that she's a high school dropout?
Huh? Is that a big deal? There were circumstances and she couldn't finish high school. Is academic background that important?
Of course. My grandpa is the company president. You can't invite an uneducated person to a wedding. Don't you dare invite your uneducated sister.
Why not?
The guests will include VIPs, obviously.
So what?
Are you dumb? Just wait till they ask which university she graduated from. She's going to say she's a high school dropout?
I think in this day and age, academic background doesn't matter.
Having an uneducated family member is seriously embarrassing. Are you planning to embarrass me, huh? Merging someone without a formal education with high-ranking individuals is just plain absurd.
My sister is excited about my wedding. It will be fine. She should attend. A sister's wish to attend her sibling's wedding doesn't depend on her academic background. I want my sister to come too.
In that case, let's cancel the wedding.
Huh?
The cancellation fee is absurd, and if we cancel the honeymoon too, you can handle that cost, right?
Are you saying you're calling off the marriage?
Exactly. I won't go through with the registration if there's no wedding.
Hold on. I just want my sister to be at the ceremony. I never said I wanted to cancel the entire wedding.
Nope. I won't have a wedding if your sister is attending.
Why are you taking it so seriously? How about we meet now and discuss this?
What? Why?
Meeting in person would be a good idea to talk this out. Canceling just 5 days before the wedding is hard to explain to my parents, especially with the reasons we have.
My parents are on board. I'd go so far as to say my dad even suggested it.
What?
They said a family member of high school dropout is absolutely unacceptable. I seriously got deceived by Grandpa. I should have declined the matchmaking.
Your grandfather is the president of a business partner of mine. He's been really good to me. Don't say it like that.
It will be even more heartbreaking for him that it ended this way.
Don't make decisions on your own. Judging my sister solely based on her educational background is strange from the start. Even if you care about her education, I'm the one you're marrying, not her.
Do you want to marry me that badly? Then you know what you should do, even if you're not that smart.
Not invite my sister to the wedding? But that's...
Now you understand what I'm saying. You only have one option. That's it. I think you should cut ties with your uneducated sister.
I can't do that. My sister is my important family. Why can't you grasp that?
Oh, fine. Then I guess we'll just have to cancel everything. I'll send you the bill later, and you'll be responsible for covering the cost.
Hold on a second. It's not fair to end it with just a text like this. Let's meet and talk about this. I'm Dina, 23 years old. My fiancé, Tony, is 5 years older than me at 28 years old. I was so excited before the wedding, but my mood was ruined. I never thought this would happen. And he is a gentleman who is kind to everyone. I can't believe that he would break up just because of my sister's academic background. It's just unbelievable. My sister had an accident when she was in high school. She had to stay in the hospital for a long time. However, thanks to the rehabilitation, she is now in good health. She is now studying for the high school equivalency exam. I told him before that I had a younger sister, but I did not tell him that she was a high school dropout. Just the other day, we talked about the accident at my parents' house, and Tony was very surprised. And then suddenly, he called off the wedding. I couldn't accept it. I thought there must be some other reason, so I decided to investigate. As a result, I was very surprised by unexpected secrets.
You're persistent. Don't call me.
You called to cancel the wedding on your own, didn't you?
Yes. So what?
My relatives asked me why did we call off the wedding. I don't remember canceling, and I have no intention of canceling it.
But you must have some idea why I was the one who called it off.
About my sister?
See? You know what I'm talking about. Then why don't you just tell everyone what's going on? Just tell them, my sister is uneducated and I'm too embarrassed, so we called off the wedding.
I can't say that. Don't judge her based on her education. You never even met my sister.
I don't even want to meet her. I might become dumb too if I talk to her.
How can you say such a terrible thing like that? My sister didn't become a high school dropout because she wanted to. There was an unfortunate accident, and she was doing her best, okay?
It's unfortunate that the culprit hasn't been found, but it's true that she's a high school dropout. If she had at least a high school diploma, that's a different story, but people who don't have a high level of education feel like society sees them as losers, you know? You can't live in this world.
What? How do you know that?
What? About what?
That the culprit hasn't been found.
Your parents told me the other day, right?
They said there was an accident, but I don't think they ever mentioned it.
Shut up. I heard it when you left the table.
Is that true? I don't think they would say that.
Anyway, I've already informed my colleagues about the wedding cancellation through email. I guess everybody knows what's going on now.
You did? Let me check.
You haven't been to work, have you? You skipped work because you were in shock that the wedding was cancelled.
No, I didn't. I'm taking a pre-wedding vacation.
Oh, that's a waste of vacation time. Why don't you go work now? Well, if I go, you will be the center of attention.
Hey, what the hell is this? Why did you mention I cheated on you?
You want to hide your sister's education, don't you? It's my last act of kindness to you.
Don't be ridiculous. I can't believe you. I can't believe you would lie like this. How many insults do you have to hurl at me and my sister?
Think about it. Imagine a wedding where we're not even there, just the guests. The VIP guests would feel insulted. It would be bad for my business. If I can take the place of your scumbag sister and an idiot like you, it's a small sacrifice for the greater good.
What's a small sacrifice? Don't be ridiculous. Don't do anything on your own when we haven't discussed anything.
It's because you're slow in making decisions.
This is too much.
That's on you. You are a liar. I'm going to charge you alimony as punishment for hurting my life, so remember that.
I'm hurt too. I don't know why it turned out this way.
Cancellation fees for the wedding, honeymoon, and the emotional distress to me. Roughly $80,000, right?
Let's meet and talk.
I said we don't need to meet. There's no going back.
You don't love me?
Huh? What's with you all of a sudden?
We decided to get married because we love each other. And now this is the end of it. You won't even talk to me?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? It's an arranged marriage. If we get married, my grandfather said he'd give me a lot of money to celebrate, so I decided to marry you.
You said you'd take good care of me and that we'd be happy. Was that a lie?
Did I say that?
Do you love someone else?
Huh?
Because, strangely, you would call off a marriage just because of my sister's academic background. Are you having an affair or something? Is there some other reason? Tell me.
Don't make me laugh. You are trying too hard. I wouldn't do a two-timing. I knew it. Anyone with a family member who is uneducated is an idiot.
Then you're hiding something, aren't you?
You're so persistent. We're done. That's all.
Some people are happy about our marriage. Even the president was happy for you. If we break up an arranged marriage like this, doesn't the president feel insulted? Do you want to take that risk and still leave?
What's the risk? I don't want to marry a lying woman. That's normal, right? The fact that your sister is a high school dropout is enough reason to break up with you. I'll tell Grandpa about it. You stay out of this.
He's my business partner and I want to talk to him.
This is a family matter, and I'm not doing business with you anymore.
That's not the same thing.
Because it is. I can't work with a company where a traitor works.
You can't do that. We've known each other for a long time. We have a lot of plans to do business with you.
Then you'll be sued by the company.
What?
Because that's what happens, right? The company is going to lose a big business deal because of an employee's mistake. I'm sure you will have to pay for the damages.
I didn't make a mistake.
Let me put it this way. You knowingly withheld information from me and betrayed me. You broke up the marriage and ended the deal. That's a lot worse than negligence.
Oh, no.
Can you and your family afford that? Your average parents and you, who's likely to get fired. And your high school dropout sister. Holy shit, your family will go downhill.
So you blame me for everything?
Of course I'm blaming you. In fact, it's all your fault. I'll leave the rest to my lawyer. Then, that's that.
I'm so sick of those crazy phone calls.
You've got to be kidding me. What do you mean you didn't pay the cancellation fee for the wedding?
You're the one who's screwing around.
What? Me?
I wish I could punch you right now.
I don't get it. If you don't have the money, go ask your relatives or something, and pay the cancellation fee right away. Listen, if you don't pay me by the end of the day, you'll be in big trouble.
Is that how you threaten people? It's good to be rich, isn't it? The rich kid is shamefully ignorant and free from hardship. They talk big, and they can get by with money. They can live on with their lives.
You've got to be kidding me. This is defamation. You will have to pay more money to me. And since you tried to trick me into marrying you, it's marriage fraud. Should I call the police?
Sure, I'll call the police.
What?
Let's call them and talk. I want to be clear. Okay, I'll call them now.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you stupid? There's no need to make such a big deal about it. Don't take it seriously.
Are you scared? Scared you'll get caught?
Have you lost your mind? If anyone's going to get arrested, it's you. Why don't you go see a doctor?
I don't want to hear that from someone whose life is over, but sadly, money can't cure stupidity.
What part of my life is over?
3 years ago, you caused a hit-and-run accident. How could you live with yourself?
What's that? Do you have any proof?
I heard the culprit always demands evidence. I read that in a book, but I guess it's true.
You've got to be kidding me.
The victim is my sister.
Do you want to frame me as a criminal? No way that's true. Do you have any proof that I ran over your sister, that uneducated bum? If you have proof, show it to me right now.
As soon as my parents started to talk about my sister's accident, you wanted to go home early. That night, you called me to break up.
There's no point in trying to complicate things. I'm not the culprit.
You are not bothered about my sister's level of education. You are afraid my sister might recognize your face. She might find out you are the culprit.
That's not possible. I didn't cause the accident. Why are we suddenly talking about this?
Because the statute of limitations expires in 3 years. My entire family is doing their best to seek justice.
Statute of limitations?
My sister has been suffering for a long time. My family is frustrated too. You understand that, don't you?
Statute of limitations after 3 years? I didn't know that.
I wish I had proof.
I mean, he probably got rid of the car 3 years ago.
She's still regretting not remembering the number even now.
Maybe it was late at night, so she couldn't see it.
Why would she choose such a deserted street to go home?
I mean, there are no security cameras in that old shopping street.
I still remember the day she wore the clothes I gave her. She had an accident and was in a wreck.
Black clothes are hard to see at night, you know.
I see. You know a lot of things, don't you?
Huh?
You still remember the details of the accident vividly. Looks like you've had a guilty conscience for the last 3 years. Maybe you've been spending your time afraid that the police might catch up with you at any moment.
I told you I didn't do it. I just heard everything from your dad the other day.
I checked with my father and he told me about the accident, but he didn't say anything about a hit and run.
Your dad had been drinking, so he must have forgotten what he said.
When we talk about hit and run incidents, it mentally distresses Mom, so we never say that word.
That doesn't mean I did it. It's just speculation on your part. You want to turn me in to the police without any proof? I'll countersue you for defamation.
Then tell me, the accident happened at night. She was in a hit and run in an old shopping street, and my sister was wearing black. How do you know all this?
That's what you just told me.
You're the only one who mentioned that. Go back and read the conversation. I didn't say a word, but you started blabbing. All the information that only the culprit would know.
Oh, I really don't get it. What is this? An interrogation? You're imitating the police? Do you think we are role-playing? What are we, kids?
Even kids are taught to apologize when they do something wrong. You've been running around like a scum. but you won't get away with it anymore.
Huh? You should read what you said. The statute of limitations is 3 years. I'm not going to be arrested.
So you admit you ran her over?
Oh, that's so annoying. Then what? Your sister's alive, so it doesn't matter. The statute of limitations is up.
You're so dumb. The statute of limitations is 3 years. We're talking about a claim for damages.
What?
By the way, it's only been 2 years and 10 months. That's not even the statute of limitations. You really are no better than a kid if you can't even calculate dates.
Did you just screw me over?
I had no idea you were this stupid. Thank you for your honesty.
So it's money after all. How much do you want? I'll pay you.
What?
$10,000? $20,000? Oh, I'll just offset it against the $80,000 and you can just pay me $60,000.
Because of you, my sister's life has changed. She couldn't attend high school with her classmates because she was in the hospital.
So what? Do you want me to give back the time? No way I can do that. I don't have a time machine.
Don't you have anything to apologize for?
Fine. Sorry. Are we done now? So I guess that makes it even. Tell your uneducated sister I said sorry too, okay? My bad that you're stuck being a high school dropout for life just because you walked in front of my car.
What kind of human being are you? Just the thought of being with you makes me sick.
Me too, but now I feel better. I don't have to hide it anymore.
Now all you have to do is to be honest with the police.
I told you I won't get caught.
The president is going to talk to the police now.
What's the point of my grandpa going to the police?
Do you think they won't catch you because there's no physical evidence?
That's right. Like you said, there's no evidence. That's just an indictment. It's just a fuss, and that's it.
Well, there is.
My testimony doesn't mean anything.
There's the car from the accident.
What?
Your father didn't get rid of the car.
What? No way.
It was a luxury car. He didn't want to get rid of it. He sold it to a dealer.
Oh my God.
And the funny thing is, the guy who bought it from him was the president, your grandfather.
Why would he do that?
Your father would have been the next president of the company. But with you being the problem child that you are, the president wasn't sure what to do with you.
But that doesn't mean my grandpa knows anything about it. I don't understand why he would do that. I didn't say I ran over anyone. I told him I ran into a pole. I'm sure grandpa believed that too.
Yeah, the president didn't know about the hit and run story. But it hit him that there was something you were trying to hide. That's why he bought the car instead of fixing it.
Damn it, that's unnecessary.
So, the dots connect in this broken engagement story, and there's evidence. The president is talking to the police about it.
Am I under arrest?
Of course you are. You hit and run and ruined one person's life. You'll have to talk to the police about the details. They're waiting outside my house right now.
What? Jesus, they are here. What should I do?
I told you, you can't run away. You're gonna be honest with them.
Hey, why don't we just get married?
Huh? What kind of nonsense are you talking about? I'm not getting married.
Fine, you can invite your sister. Let's do that. It's a perfect solution. First of all, you were mad at me because I told you not to invite your sister to the wedding, right? You can invite her now, so please, get in a better mood. Hey, don't ignore my messages. The police are knocking on the door. Help!
Tony was arrested for hit and run. His father was also implicated in the destruction of evidence. Rumors spread, and the company's reputation suffered. The president decided to close the company himself. And then, his company stopped doing business with my company. What was even more surprising was that, after their arrest, police found out that they were also involved in unsolved cases in the past. I heard rumors that they would spend a long time in prison. It seems that bad guys were always bad guys. I demanded Tony for the cancellation of the wedding, honeymoon, compensation for damages, and various other expenses, a total of $80,000. The president took over and he made a lump sum payment. However, this will be a debt for Tony. The president said he'll make sure Tony pays every penny. Tony is the grandson of the president who has been very kind to me. I feel ashamed of myself for not suspecting anything. My sister passed the high school equivalency examination. My parents are now feeling better and brighter after the arrest of the culprit. Honestly, I was caught off guard by the entire situation, but now it feels like a burden has been lifted and I can finally move on.
Maggie, what are you doing? Hannah, I'm working right now. Huh? Isn't it late? Where's my dinner? I'm working late tonight. I told you I was going to be late tonight, right? So what? If you don't come home, who's going to cook my dinner? Hurry up. Sour will be home early today. He's supposed to make it. He's supposed to leave on time, so I'm sure he'll be there soon. So it's sour today. I've been thinking about it for a while. You shouldn't do that kind of thing. What's that? Like making your husband cook meals. Your husband's not a housewife. Maggie, you should hurry up, come home. And you should make dinner. Work, work, work. You're a housewife, and you use that as an excuse. Don't you feel bad? No, it's a fact that I have to work too. We both have always worked. So what? Mom is sick too. You have to try to do more housework. What's the point of you living with us? That's not why we live together. Besides, the reason I'm the one working is the cost of making the house a two-family home. Most of Sour's salary goes to pay off the loan. Most of our living expenses come out of my salary. If I don't work, we'll be in trouble when we... You want me to quit my job and become a housewife? No one's saying that. You need to work. You should be able to bring money into the house and do all the housework. You aren't even related. Because I let you live in our house. You should be grateful. Sour is paying for the house. I don't really feel like you're letting me live there. Don't talk back. Don't take advantage of his kindness. Try harder, or I'll have you leave. A woman who can't balance work and home is just a pain in the ass. You're living here, so you should be more than happy to work and do the housework. About work, I'll be taking time off for a while. I may not be able to pay for the living expenses. What? Why? I'm pregnant. I have a baby inside of me. So in a few months, I'm going on maternity leave. My income will decrease. I'd also like you to put some money into the house. You're the one who takes advantage of your family's kindness and doesn't pay any bills. You don't even do any housework, right? I'm not going to be criticized by someone like that. Huh? I'm letting you, a stranger, live in my parents' house. And that's your attitude? I'm not going to lose income, for Christ's sake. You should work harder. Work! You don't need kids. Get rid of it. What? Are you serious? Just because you're having a baby doesn't mean you'll be happy. You're making a mistake. An ugly child like yours wouldn't be loved even if it was born. It would just be a pain in the ass. So hurry up and take care of it. If your income is going to be less than it is now, I'll have you move out. That's not your decision to make, is it? Whether I live or not. Whether I have a child or not. Who do you think you are? Well, who do you think you are? Just because my father is lenient, I can't let you act so arrogantly anymore. If your income is going down, I'll ask you to leave. If you don't like it, then you'll have to get an abortion. I won't allow you to miss work. I'm not gonna have a sister-in-law who doesn't bring home any money. There's no reason to have you here. I'm going to ask you to leave. You don't like me. I kind of knew that. But I can't believe you talk that way about a life that was given to me. I'm shocked. That's just wrong. Are you even human? What? You know, I'm just making a good argument. I'm letting you live in my house. It's natural for you to put money into the house. If it's going to make you have less money, why don't you just give up on the kids? I mean, having a baby when you know your income is going to decrease is crazy. You're a monkey if you can't even consider that and just go make a baby. I really can't believe that such a person is my sister-in-law. That's disgusting. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not like you. What the hell is that? What do you mean? You abandoned your own child. You gave your child to your ex-husband. You left your kid with your ex and went home to your parents. Kids are hard to raise. That's why I'm advising you not to have children. I don't need advice from the person who can't even raise a child. What? You abandoned your child and had an affair. Your husband is demanding compensation. You don't have any money. You came back to your parents' house. Even when we and your parents rebuilt the house to a two-family dwelling, you demanded your own room. And yet, you wouldn't pay a penny for it. You made us take out a loan on Sour's salary. You still haven't put a penny into a house, have you? I don't have a choice. My salary goes to the compensation and child support. I'm not raising the kids on my own, but I am paying child support. That's not the same as abandonment, so can you please stop being a prick? You're paying child support because you abandoned the kids and divorced him. You say you're letting me live with you. You always said that. But I'm the one who's actually giving you a place to live. I pay most of the living expenses. And your father's severance package almost all went to pay the compensation. It's all your fault that we don't have any savings at home right now. We ordinarily planned to move in together because of your mother's health. But having you there was completely unforeseen. What? I'm just staying with my parents. What's wrong with that? Because you don't pay anything. Of course, you don't help out with the housework. And you leave everything to your mother. That's why her health deteriorated, right? You're doing it now. It's fine. I don't need you, an outsider, to tell me what to do. You're spending their money without permission, aren't you? What? From your mother's bank book. You took money without permission, didn't you? Of course not. Don't talk nonsense. You'd better not insult me any further. I'm not insulting you. I'm just confirming the facts. If you don't want to admit it, That's fine. I already know what I'm talking about. We all do. What the hell? We're family. I know you've turned a blind eye to it. But to me, we're not family. You're right, Hannah. We're strangers. I don't want to be with a woman who wants me to give up my own child. Then get out of my house. This house is my father's house. I have a right to live here. I'll ask any woman who doesn't balance housework and her job to leave. Don't you know? You're the one who's leaving. Huh? The house is in Sour's name now. Huh? When we took out the lawn, it has already been changed. I didn't know that. But it doesn't matter either way. It's my parents' house. I'm not leaving. You, an outsider, get out. Anyway, Sour is late. When are you coming home? I'm hungry. I just texted him. I've been thinking about a plan for a while. I've decided to put it into action. A plan? I'll have you leave by the end of the week. That's what I was trying to prepare for. Are you kidding me? Of course that's not happening. If you think you can get me out, go ahead and try it. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm pregnant. I don't want to be stressed anymore. You make a mess of the house. And I'm the one who cleans it. You complain when I don't clean up after you. And you complain about the food. I don't want to raise my child in an environment like that. Your room. We're going to get rid of your old stuff. I'm going to turn it into a nursery. What are you talking about? I don't care what you say. I'm not leaving. If you're going to threaten me and kick me out, I'm going to go to the police. What's the big plan you have? I just had your dad and Sour rent you a place. Huh? What do you mean? You're old enough now. I'm sure you know how to live on your own. I've already found a place. Just move in. I'll give you the address later. Just pack up your stuff and move out. Don't talk such nonsense. Why should I move out? You're the one who's moving out. I've explained all the reasons. Don't you get it yet? Having a money-grabbing woman going on 40 would be a burden on the family. What's with that tone of voice? Don't you dare cuss at me. I'll sue you for libel. It's a valid point, you know. You've been making snide remarks to me every day up to now. But there's no need to say anything anymore. Wouldn't it be good for you too? You don't like my cleaning or my cooking. I work full-time, late every day. And it never quite made sense to me to be washing underwear of a part-time worker who only works 4 days a week. What's wrong with being a part-timer? Don't act like you're a big shot just because you're a full-time employee. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. Comparing part-timers to full-time employees wasn't the point of the conversation. I didn't even get that. The initial cost of the new place is a severance package. I paid it out of my own pocket. There's nothing more neither we or your father can do. Please don't depend on us any longer. Also, when you start earning money, please pay us back at some point. Don't even think of not paying it back. Are you seriously asking me to leave? It looks like you even signed the lease on your own. Who's going to pay the rent? Of course, the person who signed the contract will pay it, right? You'll have to pay it yourself. but that's the matter of course. I don't want to see you anymore, so until you leave, I'm going back to my own parents' house. I don't want to breathe the same air as someone who would tell me to abort my baby. Be out by the end of the week. I don't want to leave. I don't have any money. I can't live. I'll talk to my father when he gets home. I'm not leaving. I'm sure my dad will stand by me. I'm his daughter. He surely loves me more than a useless outsider like you. I don't think that's possible. What you said earlier about wanting me aboard the baby. I told both Sour and my father-in-law. They were very upset. They'll probably kick you out today. They'd rather have an outsider than an insane woman. You won't be able to move in until the weekend. If they kick you out, I guess you can sleep on the bench until then. Good luck with that. A full-fledged one-person life from now on. When Sour and his father came home, Hannah was waiting for them with tears in her eyes. She tried to use tears because she didn't want to leave. But her father, who is always quiet and rarely speaks, got as angry as the devil and started yelling at her. Hannah froze and was kicked out of the house without being able to say anything. Her father also threw all of her belongings out of the house. It seems that her attitude was too much for him. In the end, Hannah had to leave the next day. Maggie returned home safely. She returned to a peaceful life with the family. Hannah had living expenses and rent, not making enough to live on. She has been working various part-time jobs from morning to night.
Amber, you guys. You didn't have a wedding ceremony, but you said you were going on a honeymoon. Hello, Mom. Yes, we are. We are going on our honeymoon. When is it? We haven't decided yet. We both have work commitments, so Spencer and I were talking about taking our time to think about it after we've settled down as newlyweds. So you haven't decided on a specific date yet? I'll be in a bind if you don't decide soon. What? Why would you be in a bind? What's wrong? There are things to arrange when you take time off. I understand. Let me know when you decide on the date. Spencer, sorry to bother you at work. Can you talk now?
I just finished work. What's up?
I got a message from your mother asking me to decide on a date for the honeymoon as soon as possible.
Why, Mom?
I don't know, but what do you want to do?
I see. I'll coordinate next month's vacation at work today, so let's talk about it when I get home.
Okay, I'll decide when I can take off next month too, before I leave today. We both confirmed our vacation days, and after talking about it that night, we decided to take a week off the last week of next month. In the meantime, I called my mother-in-law. Sorry for the delay, Mom. We've decided on a date for our honeymoon. Well, finally! So, when is it? We decided to go the last week of next month. The last week of next month? Okay, I'll take a vacation then. Are you going to do something too? Depends on where we're going. Have you decided where you're going? What? Us? Not yet. We're thinking about it now. At any rate, now that we've decided on a date, I thought I'd hurry up to let you know. You seem to be in a hurry, so... Yes, I have my own plans, so it's natural for me to be impatient. You'll let me know where you're going as soon as you decide. I'll make my plans accordingly. By the way, I'd like to go somewhere cool. I'm not good at making reservations, so you do it, okay? And of course, you guys will pay for it. I can go on a trip for free. That's great. I'm looking forward to the trip. What did you say? I just want to make sure of one thing.
What is it?
A honeymoon is just going to be the two of us, right?
Of course. Isn't that what a honeymoon is? On the contrary, who would you take? Oh, pets? But neither of us have pets, right?
Right? Oh, thank God. I thought your mother was coming.
My mother? Why?
Actually,
This is suspicious. I have a bad feeling about this.
I wonder if your mother is planning to come after all. I'd like to think that's impossible.
Well, I'll check just to be sure.
Please do.
Mom, she's going to come with us on our trip.
Seriously?
Mom hasn't been on a trip like that since Dad died, so she's really looking forward to it. I guess it would be hard to take her with us, wouldn't it?
Are you kidding me? It's our honeymoon. You said it would be just you and me. It's not like taking a pet.
That's true, but
We can take her separately on another trip after we come back from our honeymoon. Why does she have to come with us on our honeymoon? It's not like a regular trip, okay?
that's right. Sure. Okay, I'll tell Mom.
I couldn't believe my mother-in-law wanted to come along on our honeymoon. But I was also shocked that my husband asked if he could take my mother-in-law along. Then, I got a message from my mother-in-law. Amber, it's not very nice to not take me on the trip. Mom, this is our honeymoon. Please, let me go with my husband alone. Instead, let's go on a family vacation as soon as we get back, okay? You two just got married. Going on 2 trips is a waste of money. You're the one who said you wanted to go. You're going the last week of May, right? So it's a honeymoon. What are you? You want to make me an outcast? Wow, what a terrible wife you are. No, that's not what I meant. It's our honeymoon, so... You know, you can't treat your parents that way. You're not nice. You really aren't. I'm so disappointed in you. I can't believe you're going to be my daughter, even if it's in-law. If it's going to be like this, I should have put my foot down more firmly. Excuse me? After all, your marriage to Spencer was a mistake. Please don't say that. You didn't even have a wedding. You didn't greet your relatives. It's an embarrassment for our family to think that someone like you is in it. What do you mean, embarrassment? We didn't have a wedding, but we made the rounds. You don't have to go that far. I don't want to hear your excuses. You'll see. What do you mean? Look forward to the day of the trip. Being told something so unreasonable made me really mad. And it was a bit deep and sinister. The next day, I got a message from Spencer's sister, Molly. She's a sensible person and I love her like a real sister. Can you talk right now? Molly, long time no see. What's going on? Actually, my mom is trying to make some weird plans. I thought I'd better tell you first. It's called a tip-off. What? What do you mean? She said she's going on your honeymoon with you, and things happened, didn't they? Yep. I'm trying to stop it, and then she said you shut her out, and she started thinking of weird things. So, what are the weird things? There's a girl I grew up with in the neighborhood named Jane. She recently got divorced and came back to town. Mom said she's going to take her with her. Where? On your honeymoon. Huh? How? Why? I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't understand it either, but I'll tell it like it is. Mom is planning to have Spencer and her get married. What? Our mother said that Spencer and Jane will get married because they've known each other since childhood. She says that you aren't suitable as a wife, so she wants Jane to be her daughter-in-law. But he's married to me now. That's impossible. So really, I don't even want to imagine what she's thinking. I'll stop her on my end. I just thought I'd let you know. I see. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but I got another unknown message at night that was strange. I never get messages from strangers, so I guess I didn't turn off the automatic friend setting. You must be that girl called Amber. Who are you? I'm Spencer's fiancé-to-be. I'm better for him than someone like you. What? Spencer is my husband. I don't know if he's suitable or not, but we're already married. For now, maybe it's just a matter of time. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Who are you? It's a secret. You'll find out sooner or later. By the way, it's a secret until the day of the event, so don't tell anyone that you got a message from me. Even if you tell me not to tell, if I get a message like this, I'll go straight to the police. I don't want you to go to the police. I can't tell you because she told me not to tell anyone until the day of the party. She? Well, all I can say is that you're still too naive to be so hated by your mother-in-law. Wait, by she, do you mean my mother-in-law has something to do with this? I see you mean my mother-in-law, right? Did you get my contact from her? I never said that. I'm just making a general statement. Huh? So what were you trying to say? I told you. I'm just saying it's something to look forward to until the day of the event. You really are a hard person to talk to. That's why people don't like you. It's probably that girl named Jane. She might be a little crazy, sending me a message asking her to keep it a secret. By the looks of the message, it's clear that my mother-in-law was involved, even though she said it was a secret. However, I thought that the fact that she directly contacted me meant she was making a move, so I thought I had to do something. So that's when I came up with an idea. I didn't want to tell my husband and have the information leaked to my mother-in-law, so I thought about it on my own and made preparations. Then, I sent a message to my mother-in-law. Mom, about the trip, I thought of a destination. Oh, really? And where did you decide? Washington. Washington, D.C. I've always wanted to go there. You picked a great place. You want to go to Washington, D.C.? I never knew that. I haven't been there yet. I've always wanted to go there. Then check out the popular tourist spots in Washington, D.C. and choose the places you want to go to, okay? Once you have decided, I'll make some hotel reservations. Try to do it as soon as you can so we can get a good hotel. Okay, I'll do that. The next day, I got a message from my mother-in-law. She didn't seem to have the slightest idea that I knew about the girl and told me about all the places she wanted to go to. I made reservations for transportation and accommodations that would allow her to go there. Even though it was for the sake of an operation, I'm so kind, aren't I? Just to be safe, the day before the trip, I called my mother-in-law. About tomorrow, you have a 9 a.m. flight, okay? Not like you guys. Ours is at 10. Why not the same time? Usually, we would fly on the same plane, wouldn't we? We couldn't get reservations for flights leaving at the same time. I see. Then I'll go early and have a cup of coffee. You already got the plane tickets from Spencer, didn't you? Don't worry. I've heard about the hotel where we'll stay. I've also checked out the nearby sites. I'm going to do a lot of sightseeing. I'm glad to hear that. Let's have a good time. After saying that, I ended the conversation. The next day, my husband and I boarded a plane and arrived at our destination. While we were having lunch at the destination, my husband started to worry about his mother, so I told him about my plan. At the same time, I received a message from my mother-in-law. Amber, you haven't arrived yet. I arrived long ago and I'm waiting for you in Washington. We've arrived. Really? Where are you? Pittsburgh International Airport. Huh? Washington, right? Pittsburgh. Why are you in Pittsburgh? We're on our honeymoon. You said you were going to Washington, D.C. I didn't say that. You said you wanted to go to Washington, D.C., didn't you? Wait a minute. Look, you said Washington, D.C. yourself. I checked my history too. I didn't say that. Don't just lie to me. Take a good look at it. Washington, right? That's why I said it. I did say we were going to Washington. In fact, I'm on my way there now. But it's not the Washington you're talking about. What's the difference? Washington is Washington. There's only one, isn't there? We're on our way to Washington City in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is my hometown. And because it's Washington City, there's no D.C. So why did you lie to me about going to Washington when you were really going to Pittsburgh? Did you trick me? You probably misunderstood, but Washington City is in Pittsburgh. What? Anyone would assume it's Washington, D.C. That's common sense. I'm sorry, but I never said Washington, D.C. I just said Washington. You said you wanted to go to Washington, D.C., so I made a reservation for you there. What's with that? You should have told me. Why were you being so deceptive? You're really mean, aren't you? Whether I told you or not, you're the one that said you wanted to go to Washington, D.C. I, the daughter-in-law, have no place to tell you differently. Because if I pointed out your mistake, it would embarrass you. So I booked airline tickets to Ronald Reagan Airport. And I made hotel reservations. What's the problem? I wanted to go with you both. I was thinking about it too, but you were really pushing for Washington, D.C. We had just recently been to Washington, D.C., so we decided to go to Washington City in Pittsburgh. You should come to Washington, D.C. now. That's impossible. We're in Pittsburgh. Just come. Why? Is there something you need us to do for you? I'll explain when you get here. Quickly. I don't want to. You're really pissing me off. I don't need a daughter-in-law like you. You'll see. I'll kick you out of my family. There's someone better for Spencer. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Then, Jane, is it? She doesn't make you upset. So it's great you were able to go with her, right? How do you know about her? I think I know everything. Her parents are also there. And it looks like you were planning to have some type of marriage meeting, right? Not really. I have no idea what you're talking about. By the way, I got a message from someone named Jane the other day. What? What's she doing sending you a message? But that's not the point. Are you going to be okay? You paid for today's trip and accommodations, didn't you? That's right. So come right away. I didn't bring any money because I thought you guys would pay for it. See? I knew it. Isn't Jane's family there? If you don't have enough money, you'll have to ask everyone else to pay for it. How about kneeling down and begging them? Oh, you're trying to set me up like that again. That's enough. I'll contact Spencer directly. Go ahead. Hey, Spencer, I can't get a message read, and you're not answering your phone. Can you tell him to call me back? More importantly, Spencer has a message for you. This is such a joke. Enough of this bullshit. Don't ever contact me again. As for the money, he said to take care of it yourself. He abandoned you, didn't he?
No way!
And one more thing, this is for Jane. I don't know if you're acting like I'm your fiancé, but I don't know you. Could you tell her not to bother my family anymore?
There's no way I can say that! I told her I was going to arrange the marriage and invited her family too.
That's something you did on your own. Well, that's fine. I'm being nice. Well then, we'll contact Jane's parents from our side. So we are both in different places, but let's enjoy this week. See you later.
Wait a minute! What do you mean by making fun of your mother-in-law? Are you listening to me? Okay, I'll accept you as my daughter-in-law, so transfer some money into my account.
The magic of words. I explained to my husband and looked at the message exchange with my mother-in-law. I knew, without a doubt, that my mother-in-law was saying Washington, D.C. He told me after we got back, if she complained, he would take my side. I almost wanted to tell him that we should have properly refused in the first place before any of this happened. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to ruin our honeymoon. We then enjoyed our trip. We were really happy to have a trip that we could fully enjoy together as a couple, with no one in the way. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, seemed to be plotting with Jane on how to steal my husband. But she lied to Jane's parents that Spencer's marriage didn't work out and we broke up. So she asked them to go on a trip with her family for a meeting. Naturally, that lie didn't go well, and Jane's family got mad and left immediately. Jane's parents paid for the trip. Later, they asked for compensation for the cost of the trip. If only she hadn't said she wanted to come on our honeymoon with us, I would have planned a fun trip for her to enjoy. I laughed to myself about the fact that it was her fault for making such an unreasonable request.
Sorry again, Kaisen. Where did you put the screwdriver?
Hey, you're persistent. Don't keep calling me over and over again. I'm at home, eating my mom's food for the first time in a long time. Don't interrupt the family reunion. I'm not coming home if you keep it up.
I'm sorry. I need a screwdriver to replace the batteries. Just tell me where it is and I won't call you again.
I don't give a shit. You can find it yourself.
I've been looking for half an hour.
Then give up. You know what? You can always change the battery later. If the battery is dead, just leave it.
I would if I could. The batteries in the train set are dead, and Ricky's being fussy.
Just ignore him. You're spoiling him. He's being too selfish.
He's 4 years old. You don't have to be so hard on him.
If he grows up weird, it's going to be Joy's fault.
What's wrong with you today? You're acting strange. You don't usually call me Joy.
That's because you're getting on my nerves.
Sorry. How's your mother? I haven't seen her for a while. Tell her I said hello.
I don't think she'd want to see you. She thinks you're a she-devil of a wife. She doesn't even want to have a conversation with you.
What did I do?
Have some shame. Don't torment your mother-in-law. Who do you think you are acting so high and mighty as a daughter-in-law? You're so cheeky.
I didn't do anything.
She doesn't want to have anything to do with you. Poor thing. You must have said some pretty horrible things.
Wait a minute. You've got it all wrong.
You're accusing my mom of lying. That's how you pin your sins on her.
That's not what I'm saying. I didn't torment her. I haven't even talked to her lately.
You have no respect for older people. I'm divorcing you. Take Ricky and go home to your parents.
Aren't you jumping the gun? All I asked was where you left the screwdriver. You sure you don't have any idea where it is?
I told you I don't. You're tenacious, you know that. Just shut up. I'm just trying to relax at my parents' house, and you're irritating the hell out of me. You really are an insensitive person.
What's wrong with you? Is something bugging you?
There's no way I have a bug.
That's not what I meant.
Don't interrupt my dinner. I'm the most irritated I've never been in my life. Don't ever talk to me again.
What happened to you? I was perplexed by my husband's excessively grumpy mood. It must have been about an hour after we finished our conversation. Our intercom rang. Wondering who it could be at this hour, I nervously looked at the monitor. It was my mother-in-law, who was supposed to be with my husband. Eve? The next thing I knew, I screamed. My mother-in-law's face was covered in blood. I ran to the front door in a panic, and she said,
Come with me. Let's get out of here.
She instructed me to pack up my belongings. Sensing that something was really wrong, I frantically picked up my bag. I hurriedly packed my valuables and left the house with my son in my arms. You told me to hide out in a motel. Did something happen with my husband? You were badly hurt. This isn't just a little thing, is it?
Is Ricky asleep?
Yes. Where are you now?
I'm at another motel.
Why? Wouldn't it be safer to be together?
No, being together is more dangerous.
Tell me what's going on. What are we running away from? My husband said he was eating at your house. Was that a lie?
It's true he came to the house, but I didn't cook anything. As soon as he entered the house, he started waving around a knife.
Huh?
Kaisen is not human. That kid is crazy. I can't believe I gave birth to him.
Why would he do that?
It looks like he wants to the house and the land that my husband left behind. Actually, we've been wrangling about that for about 6 months now. I told him no and said I wasn't gonna sell the house. But he insisted that I should sell it now while the land price is high.
I didn't know that. So, are you saying he attacked you because he wanted to sell the house?
That's all I can think of. If the land doesn't pay out, maybe the insurance money will. I hate to even say it. I know he's my son, but there's no saving him.
I can't believe that he would go to such lengths just for money.
After he attacked me, he hurt himself. Probably while he was at our house. He wanted to make it look like he was the victim of a robbery. He cut himself to make it look like he was the victim too.
How devious. I can't believe my husband is that kind of man. But I'm glad you're alive.
I thought it was over, that my child would send me to the other side. I've never imagined it until now.
How did you manage to escape?
I ran out the front door while he was looking for a towel to wipe the blood off his face.
He didn't come after you?
Well, we have the whole neighborhood watching. He wouldn't be able to just run out the door with something so dangerous in his hand.
We were texting each other just a little while ago.
Really? He didn't touch his phone while he was with me. Probably after I ran away.
He was in a really bad mood. He wasn't my husband. I can't believe he would text me after doing something like that.
He was just frustrated because he couldn't finish me off.
I can't believe this is happening.
I didn't know what he would do. If he went back home where you guys were in a state of frustration after I escaped, I was going to call you, but my phone was off, so I decided to go to your house.
You came to protect Ricky and me, even though you were injured. Thank you so much. You didn't have to go to the hospital? You looked like you were badly hurt.
I'm fine. It's just a little cut, and the bleeding's already stopped. The blood stood out because I was wearing white, so it may have looked worse than it was.
But you were cut with a knife, right? We should get you checked out just in case.
I'm fine, really. Anyway, don't leave the motel. Promise me.
Okay, got it.
If he contacts you, don't talk to him.
Yes, Mom.
I'll turn my son into the police.
I'm afraid you're going to have to.
It pains me too, to think of Ricky as the son of the criminal. But he's only 4 now, and he gets screwed over if you change where you live.
But I'm worried. Why did this happen all of a sudden?
You may not be able to sleep, but lie down and get some rest. I'm sure the police will have my son in custody soon. I will say once more, do not contact my son, and don't leave the motel. If anyone comes, don't open the door.
Yes, Mom.
Are you alone?
Who is this? I think you have the wrong person.
This is Joy, right? It's Kaisen. I'm sending this from a different person's phone because of the situation.
Is this some kind of prank? Who is this?
No, really. Ricky's birthday is May 25th. His favorite food is green beans.
Is this really Kaisen?
I'm texting because I think it's better not to talk out loud. I think the room might be bugged.
What do you mean? Who's Thompson?
He's a good friend. I'm at this house now. He'll let me use his phone. Where are you?
I'm in hiding with my mother-in-law.
What?
You need to turn yourself in now. You're only 33. You can start your life over. Take some time to reflect properly in prison.
What? Prison?
I don't know why you want money so much that you will sell your parents' house. But this is the wrong way to do it.
What are you talking about?
And going after your mother's insurance money is so wrong.
Is that what that woman told you?
Don't talk about your mother like that. If you're afraid to go to the police salon, I'll go with you. If you keep running, you're just going to make it worse for yourself. For Ricky's sake, turn yourself in now.
Calm down. I didn't do anything. And Ricky's safe, right?
What? Now you're going after Ricky? You scare me. But it's no use. He's with your mother.
Huh? Ricky is not with you?
Your mother picked him up last night, and he stayed with her at the motel. He didn't bring any toys with us, so I guess he's probably bored. She just took him with her to go buy some toys.
Oh no. Do you know where she took him?
Why would I tell you that?
Ricky is in danger. Oh, man. No, he's fine. But
What is it? He's just shopping with Grandma. It's more dangerous for him to see you. I'm not trusting Ricky to someone who will wield a kitchen knife and hurt his own mother.
so it's not me. It's my mom.
Huh?
I don't have time for this. I'll tell you plain and simple. It was my mom who stopped me. She was the one who tried to sell the house and the land, and she was the one who tried to get my insurance money. It was her.
Huh?
My father's will said that he wanted to the house he worked so hard to build to be protected. That's why I was always against selling it. But the old lady insisted on selling it because she needed the money.
Bullshit.
The house and land are jointly owned with me, so she was in a hurry because she couldn't sell it alone. There's a $300,000 insurance policy on me. The beneficiary is still my mother. Next thing I know, she set her sights on that insurance money and tried to make me disappear.
Your mother said the same thing. Which one am I supposed to believe?
We're married, don't we? Trust me, Joy.
You were so cold to me yesterday.
I didn't talk to anyone last night. It was all I could do just to get away with my injuries. I forgot my phone. That's why I borrowed Thompson's phone.
Then why didn't you call me yesterday?
I'm sorry, but I couldn't remember your cell phone number. I tried to find acquaintances or friends somehow and get in touch with them through social media. I just got your contact.
Is that what happened? So you weren't the one who told me about the screwdriver last night.
I don't remember having that conversation. My mom probably texted back pretending to be me.
It was totally out of the ordinary, so I thought something was wrong. So that's what it was.
Right? You believe me, right?
Sorry. Honestly, I don't know who to believe.
Do you know why she had you run away to the motel? To keep us apart. Because she would be in trouble if you heard the truth.
Even though your mother's like that, she wouldn't do anything to Ricky, would she?
I'd like to believe that. I don't see the benefit of messing with Ricky.
I know. Ricky doesn't have any insurance.
If she went after anybody, it would be you.
If couldn't get the insurance money from you, you're saying I'm next?
Or maybe she's trying to get the insurance money I will get from you. Maybe she's trying to get both.
Oh, your mother just texted me. She'll be back in a few minutes.
Give me the name of the motel. I'll be right there.
It's a motel called the Highway Inn. It's just down the street from the shopping mall.
When I come back, pretend you're asleep. But do not unlock the door to your room. Don't let her in the room until I get there.
But Ricky...
It's okay. She's not gonna hurt him as long as she isn't getting paid.
But I'm scared.
Just wait for me. I couldn't buy Ricky the toys he wanted because they were all too expensive. Anyway, he's hungry. So we're eating something at the restaurant.
He doesn't need toys because he likes to draw.
If you have money, you could buy him anything he wanted. You're pathetic.
There are ways for children to have fun without money.
What's the most important thing to you?
Well, my family, of course. Especially Ricky. I couldn't live without him. He's my treasure.
I know, right? Then jump.
What's that?
That's a 12-story building, right? If you care about Ricky, you can do it, right?
If?
The windows won't open, so you have to use the stairs. Oh, and write a suicide note. I don't want them to suspect anything. The suicide note should say something like, "My husband's abuse is getting to me," or something like that. It's a given, but don't mention me. If you screw around, Ricky will get hurt.
You're kidding, right?
I'm serious. Don't you care about your precious little child?
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
I knew it. My husband was right.
What? When did you talk to him? I took that kid's phone away from him.
He took refuge at the coworker's house and caught me from there.
That son of a bitch.
At first, I didn't know who was lying. But when I asked him where he left the screwdriver, I thought it was strange. Because he's not the type of person to get that upset over something as trivial as asking where a screwdriver is. It looks as though you were sending those text messages.
Well, it looks like I shouldn't have done it. I thought it would raise suspicion if I didn't reply.
Let's not do this anymore. Doing bad things to get money. You always get caught. Turn yourself in, Eve.
Of course not. As long as I have Ricky, there's nothing you or my son can do to me.
That's why you took him out. I was a fool to believe you.
Anyway, you guys are in my way. My son doesn't want to sell the house. And you will make a big deal if he dies. So you can both just die happily ever after.
Are you going to deprive Ricky or his parents for your own selfish reasons? You're the devil.
Don't worry about Ricky. I'll take good care of him. I love my grandchildren.
Huh? Stop fucking around. My husband and I will watch over him. Don't screw with me, bitch.
What's wrong all of a sudden?
We still have so many things to do and places to go as a family. I won't let you take them away from us.
I'm telling you to give it up.
What's an old hag with not much time left supposed to do with all that money?
I'm only 62. There's still time to enjoy life.
Shut up, old lady.
What?
Those annoying old people you see on the internet are so cute compared to you. You're the real old hag. Money spent on old people like you is a waste. It's better for the world to invest in future kids like Ricky.
You talk too much. I thought you were the quiet type, but you were actually a wolf sheep's clothing. You had me completely fooled.
Shut the fuck up, you old hag. Idiot. Ugly bitch. Wrinkly ghost.
You're forgetting that Rick is with me, aren't you? I'm not going to kill him, but a little slap is within the bounds of education, okay? How do you think Ricky would feel if he knew he was hit because of his mommy's outburst?
My husband will be there in a minute.
What?
That restaurant is a lie. It's a coffee shop in the next town, right?
How did you...
Thanks to you taking my husband's phone away from him and carrying it with you. I can track your location from his phone by logging onto a computer.
No way.
Did you think a smartphone could only do text messages and phone calls? So it's true. Old people are slow when it comes to electronic devices. It's so easy when criminals are ignorant.
Damn.
I was swearing to make you angry on purpose. I was trying to keep you from the ending the conversation. I didn't think you could do anything to Ricky while you were typing. I knew you wouldn't move from there.
Kaisen's standing at the entrance. Tell him. If he comes any closer, I don't know what will happen to Ricky.
If you take him hostage and lock yourself in, it's a felony.
If you call the police, I don't know what will happen.
Don't worry, I won't.
That's a wise decision. Then tell Kaisen to go home. If you jump, I'll leave the coffee shop.
Who said anything about forgiveness? My husband and I will grab you by the neck and drag you around on the gravel. I'll turn you into the police.
Hey, what was the yelling?
My husband said, "There's a snake."
Ricky, he was moving so fast. He ran outside.
We don't use that word in our house. The mere mention of the word snake scares him so much that he runs outside. I can never say it because it's too dangerous. But I can't believe it's saving him today.
I got so close. All my plans are going to be ruined by a snake.
A lousy plan. At your age, what did you need a lot of money for?
A luxury retirement home.
What?
There's a woman in town the same age as me, Hannah, who's a mean old bitch. There was a rumor going around that she moved into a high-end nursing home. So I went to visit her with some friends. It's a really nice place. I couldn't stand the idea of living alone, while she was living so elegantly. So I decided to get some money and move into a more luxurious nursing home than hers.
What kind of reason is that? If you were so lonely, why didn't you ask us to live with you?
No way. Having to take care of my grandchildren. Living in a small apartment with my daughter-in-law. Living quietly like that. No thanks. I want to live in a luxury retirement home with fancy meals, spacious and clean rooms, and people to take care of me. I'd like to spend my retirement in style and freedom.
I've heard it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars just to move into a place like that. And after that, it costs several $1,000s every month.
That's why I'm selling the house, and I need the insurance money as well.
Your nursing home is more important than your own son. I can't believe it.
I wish you could have seen the look on Hannah's face. She smiled like she had won the lottery at the very end of her life. She was so proud of herself, even though her son paid for it. It pisses me off just thinking about it.
I'm flabbergasted. We were all pushed around just because of that one thing?
You'll understand when you get older.
No, I won't. When my kids are on their own, I'll live a quiet life. I'd rather die than be an old hag.
You can say that now, but I don't want to lose to my friends until the end. I want to have a good time.
Old isn't the word I'd use. Old sinner. How can a person age so ugly?
You understand how I feel, don't you?
I know exactly how you feel. If you want to go to a nursing home so badly, I'll put you in one.
Really? I don't want a cheap place, okay?
I'm on it. It's a well-known place that no one knows about. It's well run, so you don't have to worry.
What kind of place?
It's a place called the Big House.
I've never heard of it, but it sounds fancy. Maybe it's out of state.
I hear it's a nice place. It's a simple place with a lot of people.
Is it upscale?
I've heard it's very expensive. A lot of people have put a lot of money together to build it and maintaining it.
Well, there you go.
I'll make the arrangements. Enjoy it. Mom. It's like a prison. My mother-in-law has been admitted to the Big House, home for the elderly. I wonder she is really happy about it. She was sentenced to 12 years in prison for the very selfish and malicious act of trying to harm my husband and me. I sometimes receive letters that say, "You tricked me." I haven't lied about anything, have I? It's a facility that was built with a lot of taxpayer money. It is also true that it is simple. Well, I feel bad when I think that the tax money I paid will be used to feed that kind of old hag. I'm sure she won't be able to live in her lifetime. Either will Hannah at the luxury nursing home. She probably will never stop laughing. No matter how old you get, it's frightening to think that the world of women is all about showing off. I want to live my life as I am. I have made up my mind not to be an old woman like my mother-in-law. Now my husband's smile has come back, and my son has overcome his snake phobia. We're enjoying life.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.